Only God can change the status quo of a community. And genuine transforming revival changes a place, and you can see it and smell it and touch it and taste it. I remember going through this place, and it looked like a battle zone. There were bodies everywhere. Some of them were passed out. There were people that were having epileptic seizures. Rapes were happening behind the buildings. The spirit and the sense of death was everywhere.
To me, it was like the leper colony. It was where people went when their own families had to give up on them.
Whiteclay, Nebraska had the highest per capita alcohol sales of any place in the United States. But nobody was doing anything about it. All of the government officials had turned their back on it. You've got almost 40% of the children with some kind of fetal alcohol syndrome. Domestic violence is through the roof, and just recently they had an epidemic of 300 young people that killed themselves in suicide pacts. The youth had no hope. Marcia Bodfleur and a Native American woman by the name of Norma Blacksmith, they walked up and down the main street of Whiteclay praying that God would bring deliverance.
Two of us decided God is no respecter of persons. And if He will transform the Inuits and the Inuk, if He will go to Kali, Columbia, and transform that, we dared to believe that He would do that in Pine Ridge and Whiteclay.
Beer sales officially came to an end for 4 stores in Whiteclay, Nebraska today. Our camera was there when crews cleaned out the shelves and loaded the beer onto trucks.
The Liquor Control Commission had revoked the licenses of all of these stores. Nobody thought that that was possible. There have been dramatic healings. There was a young girl in a traditional family who had this terrible problem with her foot, with these open wounds.
As they were praying over me, my foot was uncovered and the bandages were off, and there was skin growing over, like it was like healing before our own eyes. And like, I never seen nothing like that in my life.
Today, if you go into Whiteclay, they're making quilts and beadwork, and there's a Christian ministry that set a trading company up there that people can do bartering, where before they were vending death, now they're vending life and hope.
We're redeeming a building. We're in a 3,600 square foot building that was the largest of the beer stores in Whiteclay, and that's being used for good. They need jobs. We're providing a way for them to use their God-given skills and abilities and giftings to provide for themselves and their families.
Only God can change the status quo of a community, and genuine transforming revival changes a place, and you can see it and smell it and touch it and taste it.